Getting my Arc Captain MiG 250 set up, it comes with those 220 volt cords and an adapter. I always use the 120 volt plugs, even for 220. I use 120 volt plugs and cords, 12 gauge, 10 gauge cords. And I decided I'm going to do a video here on splicing wire real quick. Really, the smart way to do this is to just go to the store and buy another 20 volt or 20 amp, 120 volt plug and put on your wire. But I just wanted to show how I splice wires with these cold solder sleeves. They have solder in them and they heat shrink at the same time. And I'm showing you how I stagger them, which is something that I see other people splice wires and I don't see them stagger them. And then you end up with this huge ball where like you've got 3 wires spliced all in the same place. So what I'm showing you is how I cut them so that the splices are not in line with each other. Then I put the big heat shrink on there. I'll put my little cold solder sleeve heat shrink on there. I pretty much make an X with my wires, and then I wrap the one wire around the other in one direction and the other wire around the other in the other direction. And that way I can twist them together in a way that's fairly flat. Then I'm taking my heat gun, and you see where I've melted my cold solder and my heat shrink tubes. And here we're getting ready to do another one. I slide the tube over. I make an X. Twist one wire over the other wire in one direction. Twist the other wire the other direction. Slide the solder sleeve over. And I'm trying a little closer shot here to show you what happens when I put the heat to it. Hopefully you can see that solder is melting throughout the wire there while the heat shrink tubes are shrinking around it. And I had to cut a little bit more back on my exterior coating of my wire, but this is the last one, so I'm making an X. Twist one wire over the other in one direction and the other in the other direction. And here we go, heating our cold solder sleeve with our shrink tube, with our heat gun. And sometimes it's in focus and sometimes it's a mess, but I'm doing best I can to show you that. But like one of the main things that I've noticed that's an issue, some people, they get all their splices in line, and then you got a huge hump in your cord. There's a couple things here where I did get one of these wires a little bit too hot. So I'm gonna, just as a precaution, even though all the coating on the other wires is fine, I'm just gonna put a little extra tape on that one that got a little warm. I'm gonna snip back where I trimmed a little bit more of my exterior wire. And you can see I'm twisting that. I'm twisting that back, which is the way they are a lot of times in the coating anyway. And a lot of people think when you use heat shrink that you shouldn't use tape. There's a reason that I'm using tape the way I am right here, is because tape is thickness adjustable. And see, and I'm going to apply just enough tape to make the thickness of the wires that I spliced equal out to the diameter of the exterior coating on the wire that I just put together. So I'm trying to make this a smooth connection that doesn't get caught up on stuff all the time. And not one that has a big bump when you have your splices all in the same place. And I don't have any problem with my tape whenever I use tape and then heat shrink over the tape, because the heat shrink is sealing the moisture away from the tape and it's keeping it from unraveling. and we about got her. So I think that's a good example of a way to splice that together without a big hump, and it's just going to be as close to the regular wire as you can get. So thanks for watching, and y'all learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need.